guys, Tom Bell, aka you know the name. As promised, I'm going to keep giving you guys some videos. These are going to be more in depth. These are going to be more about some questions that you guys have. One of the ones that I had recently really wasn't a question. It was more of a, they asked for an explanation about how my first deal went. It's pretty crazy to talk about, honestly. When you first get into this business, it's all, hopes and dreams and big checks in the mind, and, until you do something for the first time, it's really hard to get the whole picture, I know that when I was getting into it, the best way for me to, learn, basically, was to do it step by step, taking it in phases. I mean, my first deals were all private sales, so we're talking find the lead, call the people, okay? And then that's its own step right there. Just calling the people. Because you're going to get turned down probably 100 times. No, nobody wants to talk to you. You're going to fuck up talking to them, You're going to hang up. It's just a learning process. That was the first step. It's getting over that learning curve of getting on the phone. I mean, the second part, once you get talking to people, you'll get your own swag on it. I mean, you can see I've got my skinny tie swag on right now. Basically, I'm about to head out to another investor meeting. But what is going to happen is you're going to start to learn. There's a learning curve on how much you're talking, basically. I mean, you're going to get an A to Z on how to talk to them. Okay, you get a lead. They're interested in selling. How do you evaluate whether it's going to be a good deal? How do you make an offer? Honestly, the best advice I can give you is get a mentor. Somebody that's doing this currently, that knows the market, knows what investors are paying for in the area. I mean, that was one thing I didn't know shit about. I mean, I really had to, every time I got a lead, I had to call my mentor and say, hey, listen, this is the deal I got. Where do I need to be on this? What's the most I could pay for this and make money? And I would take that number and I bid less than it. So once you figure out what that threshold is and you figure out how to evaluate the deals on your own, is when you're starting to make money. After you get that, okay, let's say you talk to the person, they're interested in selling, they're willing to talk to you about the actual price that you're looking at. Because you're never going to go see a property unless it's worthwhile. I mean, you're not just going to call somebody, they're looking for retail, you're going to go check out their house and waste your time. You just don't do that. The best way to do it is to feel them out. Are they interested in selling at the price you are? Just give them a roundabout figure. Once you get face-to-face with them is when the real, wow, this is actually happening, actually happens. Okay? You go out in front of somebody for the first time, I mean, this is where it was for me. I had never gone from A to Z to closing before. And I didn't even know how to write up a contract. I mean, I remember calling Greg, who's my mentor, and just being like, what is this contract? How do I even write it out? I didn't even know how to do that. So basically what happened is I got involved with a deal with two other investors, okay? And they happened to be out of town, and basically I was the one sent to the property to meet up with them. I asked them what was the most we could pay for it, okay? It was a duplex, just market value of $160,000. The most we could pay for it was $80,000. Okay. I go in, I'm looking around like I know what I'm talking about. I've never done a deal before. I don't know if it's a good deal or not. They just told me a number. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to say it. So I go around looking at the, oh yeah, this is a good deal. Yeah. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I go in there and basically I get into a negotiation. The lady was, pretty much didn't know what she was talking about. She brought a friend for support, and he kind of handled the negotiation. So basically, I opened up the offer at $60,000. They came back at $100,000, and I'm just like, whoa, we're way off here. This is not even close. I'm looking around like, listen, I'd be willing to do 85. Oh no, I didn't say it. I said 65. 65. They came down to 80. Basically, at 80,000, I jumped on it. They're like, because I remember they told me 80,000 was like, I could probably do that. You know, let me go talk to my partner real quick and see if we can get this done. Go out to my car, sit down, I call him, I'm like, guys, I'm like shaking, I'm like, guys, they offered 80. They're like, what? They offered 8? They accepted 8,000? Like, fuck yeah, you know, like, let's do it, you know, let's get on it, you know. So I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta write a contract. Luckily, I brought one with me. So, you know, I was determined to not leave that property without a signature on that contract. Again, I've never written a contract before. And, you know, kind of going through it, you know, trying to explain what I know about it and, you know, making sure I do everything right. The whole time they're saying stuff to me, I'm not registering it. I'm not listening to anything this lady's saying. She's telling me she wants a certain title company, blah, 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 blah. I'm just fucking writing it up, you know, I'm not even listening. Turns out I kind of fucked up there because I was having our title company do the title insurance, and so was she. Ended up paying double title insurance, made probably $1,500 less than I should have. Anyways, moral of the story is A to Z, first deal, took me 6 months to get that first deal. I fucking hustled for 6 months before I got my first deal. I think my check was maybe like $1,500. Didn't matter. At that point that I've gone from A to Z and to closing and got that check in my hand before the end of the week, I had 6 more deals lined up. Made $10,000 my first month in real estate. Can't go wrong there, guys. Been doing it ever since. 23 now. Been doing it for 2 years. Hopefully that answers something for you, and hopefully that motivates you to get into this business. If you guys are looking for a mentor, me and my partners are always looking to help people out around the country. We can do this anywhere, guys. I can teach you how to do this. It's all about having somebody to answer questions for you and building a system for yourself anywhere in the country. That's all for that. I think my ride's here pretty much. It should be at least. And we're going to go meet up and have some drinks. You guys have a good